There's llamas on the cup, by the way. Okay, so how do you edit your wedding films quicker, more efficiently, better? The secret is organization. And today I'm going to go through how I organize and set up my wedding film projects to make sure I'm editing them as quickly and efficiently as possible. And hopefully that will help you. So, step one. Basically, in order to sort of set everything up, it all starts with file structure. So basically I start with all of my footage from each of my cameras in its own folder, labeled for that camera. I then take those folders and drag them straight into Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro recognizes the folders and creates a keyword collection for each of them, so you can keep your footage organized per camera. What I then do is go into each keyword collection for each camera, select all the footage, go over to the information tab in the inspector, go down to camera name and give each camera its own camera name label. So for my main camera, my C200, I would give that camera 1. So select all the footage for this C200, label it camera 1. I then would go to my second shooter's camera, label all of that footage as camera 2. Go to my gimbal camera, label that camera 3, and then I actually take my little audio recorder that I tape to the microphone for ceremony and speeches and give that its own camera name, camera 4. And all these camera names have to do with multicamming, which I'll go over in a second. So yeah, you give it all your cameras camera names, and then you basically are gonna start creating new keyword collections to help to categorize all your footage. So I've created some keyword collections basically for different parts of the day. So I have one for like bride prep, groom prep, ceremonies, speeches, photos, canapé hour, reception, whatever. And I would go through and for each camera, start to label, for camera 1, what's bride prep footage, label all that. What's ceremony footage, what's footage from the photo shoot, do that for every single camera until you've got all your footage categorized as what part of the day it's come from. That's just going to make the editing process of finding all that footage a lot faster. Next step of the process is multicamming. So before you start touching music bed and starting to actually edit the film, multicam is super important. So what we do is we go through into our ceremony keyword that we created, select all the footage, file, new, multicam, make sure the angle arrangement is set to camera name, which references the camera names we inputted earlier, and make sure use audio for synchronization, I think it's called, is ticked. Then you just hit go, and 99% of the time it's gonna work great. Obviously important to make sure that all of your cameras have decent audio signals going into them. If it's a windy day and you've got a camera set up on a tripod at the back that's got no external microphone and it's nothing but wind noise, it's not going to sync. So making sure that all of your cameras have somewhat of a decent audio signal is going to make sure the multicamming process is a lot smoother. So do that for the ceremonies, speeches, maybe the first look or any other parts of the day that you're using multiple cameras. Do all of your multicams. And then the next step of the process is to go through and section out the parts of dialogue that you're going to want to base your film around. Some people like to drag that into like a selects timeline, but I like to use the favoriting function in Final Cut Pro. So I would go into my ceremony multicam that I've created, find things like the vows, any particular part that the celebrant says something nice, a reading, whatever, and section that out and favorite it. Do the same thing for the speeches until you've got all of your sort of best dialogue elements sort of sectioned out, either in their own timeline or just as favorites. From there, you're now at the process where you can start to jump on Music Bed or your preferred music site, start to go, yep, this bit of dialogue is going to go with this bit of music, this fits here, I might put this first, this second. Lay out all of your audio sort of first, match it up with your music, start to get a rough storyline hashed out. Then you can start to layer on your footage, and you can easily go back into your keyword collections and I want to find some footage from the photo shoot, or I want to find some footage from, you know, the canapé hour. And you can easily find that due to your keyword collections. And you're not having to jump in between, you know, what footage from bride prep does my camera have, or what footage does, you know, the other camera have, because it's all keyworded together. And yeah, that's my process basically. That process has basically meant that my editing time for a wedding has gone from over a week down to basically 3 days from start to finish. So from inputting footage to emailing the couple saying your film's ready, down to 3 days. And I attribute that to the organizational structure that I've basically figured out over the years. Yeah, so hope that helps. Hope you guys can incorporate some more process and organization and file structures into your editing process. And if you've got any questions, drop a comment below. I'd love to help. If you've got any other topics around wedding films that you'd like covered, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to make some more videos. Yeah, other than that, happy editing. See you guys next time.